Go do it again.
Try to tell them we up next, you can't stop that. This your favorite podcast. Every show is lit, baby. You know what we finna do. Slick gon' talk that slick talk, he gon' get political. Okay. Do not switch topics, niggas is toxic. Poppy shots don't always saying something wrong, but if you don't like it, what we saying, nigga, oh well. We try to tell you, baby, this might not go well. This might not go. Hey, that's it. One take. We're not even doing it again. Keep that. That's the one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of This Might Not Go Well. Yeah. Episode 87. We in the building. You ain't know who it is. It's the host with the most, B Breezy, aka Poppy Sazon.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Slick Grayson. How y'all doing out there?
Yeah. Please follow us on all social media. This might not go well. If you need any branded deals, business opportunities, please email us at thismightnotgowell@gmail.com. Episode 87. All right, wait, before we get through the check-in, if the audio sounds different on this episode, I apologize. It's on my behalf, but we'll get into next episode just in case if it comes out bad. But I love the week. How you doing this week, brother?
I'm chilling. I can't complain. I mean, work is work. That shit for the birds. But everything good. People trust me with responsibilities and their children, so I guess I can't complain. What's up? What's good with you?
You're a dependable guy, man. What can I say?
Like, I don't answer my phone. Even I know I'm not that dependable.
I mean, at work, not in friendship.
Personally, I don't give a fuck. Once if I give all my energy at work, I don't give a fuck about real life.
Wait. Actually, let me tell the audience. Slick actually called me this week without any impromptu reason. Clap it up for you, Slick. Come on now. I was so surprised. I was like, what's wrong? Like, something had to be wrong for him to call me out the blue like this.
I check on niggas every 3 months.
We do a podcast weekly.
That means I talk to you every week, which is I talk to like 6 people religiously, and it's because they talk to me. And y'all know, you know it's true. I cannot talk to a nigga for years. It's just if I see you or I hit you up randomly, it could be like you never missed a beat. So I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. But this week is good. Just started at a new job, getting acclimated to that system. You feel me? But other than that, this week has been cool. Summer's over, so if you looking to start your cuffing season part 2 episode coming soon, and we're gonna lay the ground rules of how to partake in cuffing season if you don't know. And there's some new rules out here. But let's get it on to this episode. A lot of stuff happening this week, Slick, from our last episode. First of all, we have Queen Elizabeth II passed away at the tender age of 96 years old. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, you laughing at my face? I don't give a fuck.
That's a fact. And I don't want to disrespect the dead or anything, but I agree with, like, what was some other countries that was kind of like getting after her? You had Ireland, some countries in Africa that was like, there was a lot of people cheering on her death, which was kind of weird. You know, you never want to celebrate someone dying like that.
Yeah, I think it's not about celebrating her death, but I think that legacies are subjected to who they impact. If they impact you positively, i.e. the people of, Britain, London, whatever, in that certain part of Europe, they will think highly of her because it was an era where, during her reign, where they saw prosperity and they were, one of the superpowers of the world and whatnot. And if you were one of those people, those countries or nations or groups of people that was disenfranchised by her reign, it's like, okay, well, all right, you're dead. I mean, I'm not wishing ill on you, but also at the same point, if you led several incursions and things of that nature that disenfranchised my people, why would I give a fuck? Why would I show tears? Like I read, I don't know if it was true. I saw glancing across the timeline about how like one country, was it Jamaica or something, said like you had to take like a time off from partying or some shit. I don't know if it's true, but even the idea that that's something that come out of nigga mouth is like, nigga, this bitch ain't doing nothing for us.
That's a fact. And and I know it doesn't really change the fact that a lot of shit that she has done, or what Britain has done over colonizing, is not going to change that. But I'm kind of I don't want to say I'm kind of glad because what you see what history has taught us as kids. Nigga, they had us celebrating Christopher Columbus like he was a goddamn hero, and whole time this nigga was a fucking mass murderer and did a whole lot of bullshit. We were celebrating people that we shouldn't have celebrated in history. And this is I know we always shit on social media, but this is one time when having social media is a plus in a sense, because if we didn't have something like that to show us what she has done or what the country has done on her reign, niggas would have put her up as an icon. And I think some place still going to hold up as an icon, which I'm not surprised, but we're not as full as we were as kids. Yeah. We know the real truth.
You can't control the narrative as much because social media, the internet is free, it's open, so you can still see everything. That's why I said, like, for me, her reign never impacted me because I didn't give a fuck. I didn't live there. I didn't, know anything about it. Historically, sure, but it's also at a point where, like, she didn't affect my day-to-day life. It's like, at least even if President Bush, knock on wood, was to pass away, I'd be like, all right, I lived through his presidency. I remember, all the policies he passed. It's like, and be like, ooh, Kanye might have didn't care about black people, but he definitely was a part of, like, my growing up. So I might be like, okay, R.I.P. President Bush, even though he wasn't shit. You go, what, nigga, you in a wind tunnel? What's happening, my boy?
Yeah, I had to fix that. I had the AC on, and that shit was making mad noise. So I had to turn that shit off. But I agree with you. I don't really care, and also it's not like she died an early death or anything like that. So and I don't mean that as no disrespect.
She lived a full life, and that's the thing.
Yeah, she lived a full life, like close to 100 years old.
Let's keep it a buck. If you feel offended because we said we don't give a fuck, it's not disrespecting her. It's saying, like, again, her reign, yes, it coincided with our lives, but it also wasn't as, I don't want to say important. It didn't have any bearings on my upbringing. You feel me? So I don't have that connection to it, and I'm not taking either side. People that's for her dying, people not. I will say the video of the shit where they said they had her jumping out the plane and said this is her returning after winning her gulag. That shit had me dead. Like, Call of Duty shit, I was crying. That was the favorite shit I saw this week. I was like, oh, that shit is niggas is hilarious.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, black people, we need to create our own social media just for us, bro. Because the way how y'all was talking about how America still won, because they was talking about how Betty White died at 99, so America still up one. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas is not dead ass over here.
Nah, fuck that. I'm definitely team pro Betty White over team the Queen. So
that's a fact. Now on to sad news, man.
That wasn't sad.
Show y'all. Huh?
That wasn't sad?
Nigga, we said we didn't care. Now, this is a person that I do care about because, like, yo, if you was in Youre around, what you would like to say, the 2014 to 2017 era, you heard this nigga's song played everywhere. And he had the smash hits, especially with YFN Lucci. Man, RIP to PnB Rock, man. That shit, boy. Whew.
Definitely a sad.
I don't even know where to begin with this shit, bro. There's so much stuff that we have to break down with the tragedy of this shit, bro. First of all, I would like to say, yo, everybody who said anything about his girlfriend posting the location and traumatizing her, yo, eat a dick, eat a frank on everything, bro. Shorty just lost her love of her life, bro. A daughter lost a father. If a family just lost a family member, and y'all already like condemning her for posting a picture at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, bro.
I mean, at the internet, let's keep it about. First, all condolences to his family. Nobody deserves to go out like that, especially. It just showed a lack of empathy on so many levels. I was playing Call of Duty when I found out he got shot, and as soon as I clicked on the tweet that my boy retweeted, hold on, you're joining rocking, bro. What you doing over there? That wind tunnel going crazy. But nah, what's it called? They basically, like, he had a tweet, and I clicked on the tweet, and I was like, oh, PnB shot. I was like, that's crazy. And I realized it was a quote tweet. So I clicked on the quote, and I saw that fucking Yo, they had a whole video of this man gunned down in the middle of the restaurant, crawling.
Bro.
I'm like, why the fuck are you recording that? Like, why do you think that that's okay? Like, granted, I get it. Some crazy shit happened, but I hate the fact that fucked up shit happens and people, record it. So there's no stepping in. I get it. He had the gun, whatever, but there's no stepping in, but then you're immediately going to film the shit. Like that's some shit. Like, people, because you gotta think that shit's on the internet. It's going to live forever. They're not scrubbing that shit clean.
Mm-hmm.
And then, going back to what we were saying about, his girlfriend, like, yo, he could, there's a million other ways that they could have got the drop with him and found out where he was.
And actually, the news report came by that I guess he was taking pictures or his location was tagged prior to his girl posting up the picture. So they had about an hour. So they said that she posted 20 minutes before it happened, but apparently he was there over an hour before that, and I guess he either took a picture with someone or his location was shown an hour prior to that. So it didn't even really matter about the girl per se. They already had the drop on him an hour before it actually happened.
Yeah, and keep it a buck. Let's be honest. He's a rapper with jewelry in South Central LA. I saw a TikTok of this old gang member talking about it. Like, yo, dudes is going to try you. And it's like you've been saying in this podcast since the start that rappers are like the most endangered and most dangerous career, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, a lot of niggas, and it's sad to say, a lot of niggas is looking for a come up. They not built, or they don't got the skills, or they fucked up early on and can't make an honest wage, or they just want to be like, yo, I got that nigga shit. He said the realest shit. They was like, yo, don't look at the jewelry and some pawn shops and shit. He's like, the nigga didn't kill the nigga to pawn his shit. He took his shit to wear his shit as a sign. Like, nobody gonna snitch on him, but he's gonna be the one to be like, all right, I took care of that. And it's a sign of respect in some of those cultures, and it's crazy. And it's like that's the fucked up part. So
wait, what? That's what they said?
Yeah, that's what an OG, LA OG said. He was like, yo, real talk. These niggas come to this hood. He's like, told my people, like, they come outside. They, they don't got security. They don't got the blicky on them. And it's like, niggas will see you. They will approach you. And it's like, they gonna take your shit. They are ready. It'll be the smallest nigga in the clique ready to take your shit type thing. So it's wild in that regard because it's like, yo, that's the culture for some of the gang shit. But it's like, it's sad. And then you get the people who just want to get their tweet off, or they feel like, I guarantee half of them don't listen to PnB Rock, but just because it's a story, they said, oh, his girl did it. Like, no, because you're not thinking she's seeing all of these shits. She's going to see all these tweets. That's not helping the situation. Y'all want to blame her so bad. Again, there's so many fucking ways that they could have found out where he was. Niggas could have seen him outside the restaurant, but that nigga in there. Think about that.
The thing about LA too is like everyone knows everyone. Like LA might be big, but it's also small too. So even if someone that's seen him is not ganging, but most likely they know someone. Like the gang culture is so entrenched in LA that even if you're not in the gang, you probably know someone in the gang type shit.
That's a fact. Whether you check
so you could be a waiter and your cousin is from, I'm gonna say a random hood from Fruit Town, Peru. You don't probably won't even know.
Word. And it's like, that shit is scary, and it's like, it's so deflating. Because the story wasn't another young black man dead before, but just as he turns 30, but right before his birthday type shit, is that his girlfriend did it. I'm like, yo, that's not the narrative. A man lost his life. He's just about to make his comeback musically. Went independent, just dropped a new record. Been out and about, flaunting, showing, having the time of his life. Got out the hood because he didn't want to, really be stuck in there. And it's like, yo, you get killed at the chicken spot just because you wanted to get something. You can't even go eat. Shit is fucking disgusting,
bro. And what you said just now about wearing the jewelry, bro. I'm like, yo, this is why I just don't understand some cultures out here, and because it's like you wear his jewelry. These are the same type of people that's gonna wear his jewelry or make social media comments, might post some encrypted message, and then be wondering why they get arrested, or people snitching on me, because y'all be doing wild stuff. Why would you even take his chain after killing him? You get more. I would see how he would get more respect if he robbed him and took his chain and left him alive. So then I can understand why he would promote that on social media. But you're gonna be walking around LA, and then that person is going to get picked up.
That's a fact.
As soon as somebody, even if you give it to your man's and your man's wear it, somebody's getting locked up for this murder.
Absolutely.
I'm letting you know that now.
Absolutely.
So if you stupid enough to even go to a pawn shop or wear it publicly, your ass got what's coming to you. And also, a lot of thing about this is like, yo, this is why I don't like about this generation, especially of these thugs. Like, y'all don't have no type of
etiquette. There's no code.
No etiquette. No type of foresight.
Discretion.
Because you're gonna pawn this materialistic thing for like what, 10,000. You're not gonna get the full value of what he paid for. Well, that's gonna keep you afloat for what, a couple of months, especially of your lifestyle.
About to say,
and you got to go back outside again. Just last week, Sauce Walker told the world that he almost got robbed, and then that same person that got robbed tried to rob someone else after him, and lost his life.
Yeah, stick up kids, man. That shit is not no fucking joke. But these niggas is playing around. Like, this is wild.
And I'm just thinking, and it just remind me of the Pop Smoke stuff. Like, yo, they really killed Pop Smoke over a chain in a couple $1,000s. That's what they found when they tried to rob him.
Well, it's the idea. Like, again, I was talking to Shorty. I was like, yo, check-in culture is real. Like, niggas want you to check in, and that's the extortion. It's like they were trying to extort you. That's part of the code. And it's just like, you don't do that, and it's like they niggas seeing you, they moving crazy. And it's scary. It's really sad. Because it's like, again, this man just wanted to have dinner with his girlfriend or lunch with his girlfriend and lost his life over some jewelry.
He almost got robbed the week prior too, so that's even more crazy.
Oh yeah, I saw the interview with Academics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that shit is wild.
And that shit is... So RIP to PnB Rock, bro. And also this is off of, not really off of it, but I kind of see a lot of people on social media like, yo, while he was alive, y'all wasn't showing his number. Why y'all streaming his music now? I don't really like that narrative. Like he's independent, so please stream his numbers because he's definitely independent. But it's like, bro, there's so many damn artists in the world, especially now. There's like almost every couple of months there's a new artist over here.
You know, niggas just like to be combative though. They like to be like, oh,
I never got that narrative. Is I never showed his music love while he was here and stuff like that. But I'm like, bro, his fans fucked with him.
And the thing about
he's not popping right now. Go ahead.
And I said, think about it too. How the fuck you know who's showing love? Because he have #1 records. We know half of that shit is not just about the music. Half of that shit is about the business and where your music is played. So cut that shit out. And like we said, PnB got records. There's records.
You want to play a little tribute for the boy?
Let's run a couple of drinks. Let's run this. This is probably my favorite PnB.
And around you, feel like Kanye, I'm bound to. Shawty, if you down, I'm down to. Yeah, I found you. Girl, I like being around you. Feel like Kanye, I'm bound to. Shawty, if you down, I'm down to. Yeah, high class, shawty so bad. Hella swag, she got all these bitches mad. See the type of girl a nigga wish he had. See the type that if you get it, you could brag. Little shawty got her own and I like that. Hit the mall, she ain't worried about the price tag. She got all these niggas out trying to wipe that. And the little nigga trying to pipe that.
One time for Mr. PnB fucking Rock, man. R.I.P. brother.
That's a fact. And to add on to the sad news, R.I.P. to Jesse Powell. You know, not a lot of people knew about him, but he had this favorite song from the 1998 "You," which peaked #2 on the R&B and #10 on the Billboard 100. He died at the age of 51. R.I.P. to him.
Condolences.
All right, man. Let's get straight to it. Ray J versus the Kardashian. It's been finally been confirmed. So, Slick, this past week, and we all doing our own thing, and then we just saw Ray J randomly get on his Instagram talking about he's going to expose the Kardashians, especially Kris Jenner and Kim, live about the sex tape. And the whole entire time he was doing his whole exposure of them, I was wondering what made Ray J, after all these years, expose them. And then I find out. Shout out to Here's the Thing podcast with Kev on Stage and Angel, that chick Angel. So apparently in one of the Kim Kardashian episodes on Hulu, they was talking about you remember a couple months ago when Whack 100 was saying tape. How when the extra sex tape, right? Mm-hmm. So one of the episodes that just recently aired, she was talking about, oh, what if he put a dildo in me while I was sleeping, and some like basically trying to insinuate rape or something from Ray J. And then when Ray J heard that, he was like, yo. And now at first I was like, kind of, everybody knew it was fake and whatnot, and I was kind of like, yeah, off his rockers again. But once I found that news out, I was like, oh, Ray J, oh, you're in the right, my brother. Oh, do you? Because now I'm like, yo, I never personally hated the Kardashians for what they did or what they do to black culture or the black men, but this is a new low. I'm not gonna hold you. What's your thoughts?
I didn't know that was I read some of the stuff about how he was upset and saying he was gonna bring it up. I read a snippet about the sex. I didn't know that's what she said. That's wicked, because it's like it's always about controlling the narrative. So as opposed to saying there's not another tape, you wanted to draw ratings and insinuate that somebody, your man at the time, because first of all, that's your man at the time too. Not saying that can't be inappropriate, but I'm like, if there's a recording and shit and you knew about it, I'm pretty sure there was complicitness. I mean, I might be a little insensitive, but I'm feeling like. And we all know this. The story of the tape was that they made it, somehow it leaked or somebody leaked it, and they was gonna sell it. And the mom was like, "No, you gotta do it again." And that's why they have like cut angles and shit in the actual video,
bro.
So I'm like, yo, this is really, because it's like it's almost defamation at a point if you're gonna say he did this to me while I was sleeping, and like, I don't know, that don't sit right with me. And I feel like.
Especially when they got the better end of the deal, because you feel me, they both signed the contract off of this, and they built a whole $1 billion enterprise.
Yeah, let's be honest, nobody would have cared. They would have just been another set of Hollywood girls, but it created interest, and then they started popping up everywhere, and then it's like, oh, all the celebrity niggas was trying to knock it down. So it's like they honestly, the mom was a genius because the way she spun everything, but also at a point it's like, yo, that's just so distasteful.
I need her to manage this podcast, because she made at least 3 billionaires.
But there's women, and it's women. Niggas is horny. You just seen the shit about Black China making $20 million off of OnlyFans, and apparently she don't show that.
Though. We know that was cap.
I'm just saying, like, the numbers. Rob
Kardashian Jr. is making millions of dollars selling socks with his low self-esteem ass. We could make some bread off. Yo, Chris, fuck Ray J. We out here. Support. This might not go well. Get us on everything. You heard? She's the mastermind.
Yeah, but you're wildin'. I'm not letting that woman represent me. She gonna have me fucking bitches on fucking pornos.
Some bad bitches though.
Yeah, you got that part right. But yeah.
But I saw a tweet where they said that Kim Kardashian was going to turn into a white woman again. And holy behold, she looking like Hulk Hogan, all blind up with the blonde eyebrows and everything. She reduced her ass. If you didn't notice, look at previous photos of her. She kind of lost a little bit of her ass now. She's turning into a white woman. They sucked the black culture dry. And now she going back into white media. And I'm just like, yo, this shit is crazy, bro.
I mean, a lot of her aesthetic is kind of like, it's transcended into the white world, though. You gotta think the BBL, the Skims, even the partnering with the high fashion brand. She kind of used black people's interest in reality television and debauchery and shit. And she had
with Kanye West, use his creative ideas.
So she kind of like levels up with every situation. So I mean, you can't knock the hustle of him, but it's also
that's what I can't.
But some shit is just distasteful, and I think that's just where it's like a cutoff. You feel me? Because like people like gonna say we know how you came up, but it's cool. You doing that lawyer shit. You definitely fighting for equity and rights for people. Do that shit. Like, but all this attention seeking shit, it's corny. Don't be corny.
And the thing about it is, if he had done this way back when, it would probably have a more impact. But they have such a big ass empire now that they could just not respond, and this shit would blow over. And it's kind of like, damn, Ray J, you finally had the guts to really expose. And I think it was because he feels like they breached the contract, so now that's why he felt like he can fully expose them.
Yeah,
So I'm just like, yo, this is too little, too late now. Because here's one thing: they could either ignore it, or the second one, Kim can make a whole crying face like, that's just what I had to do at the time. I didn't know no better.
Yeah, either way,
and get white sympathy.
There's always a spin. She's fine. She'll be okay. I just think he was fed up at the way his character was portrayed. We know Ray J is a dickhead, but it's also like, come on, bro. I did what?
And also shout out to Ray J, because during that whole live, he had a link, yo, go see this text messages, and they went straight to Raycon. That nigga's a marketing genius. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to you, Ray J. You know how to sell your products. Get that money off niggas.
Absolutely.
Now on to other news. R.Kelly has been found guilty on multiple counts of child pornography, enticement, and other charges. What's your thoughts on this shit?
20 years too late. That's it.
Shit.
20 years too late. I never seen the tape, but from what I heard, the descriptions, niggas knew that was a little girl, and they knew he was doing this shit. So, I mean, I have no real response to it. It's just like, yo, it is what it is.
Talk about karma, bro. Because in 2008, he was acquitted of 21 counts of child pornography.
That's because he had lawyers and was still making #1 records. We know why he got acquitted.
And for your dumb ass to sit here and get acquitted of all that shit, you continue to do your nastiness. And you thought you was too untouchable now in this culture?
I don't even think it was that.
This shit's sad.
I don't even think it was that. I think, like, again, I said he was making too much money. He was too important. The system wasn't going to let him go down for that. But then once he, not to say fell off, but, every artist or even megastar reaches a peak where they're not as profitable as they once were. He became a legacy act. Why the fuck am I spending billions of dollars to suppress the dirt of a legacy act? You feel me?
Exactly.
So I think
go ahead.
Go ahead. Nah, go ahead. You good.
I'm also like, because I don't know if you saw the Maxwell challenge that they've been doing lately. To find out that was written by R.Kelly, you forget how entrenched R&B music is with him. So it's like, bro, now I'm over here cutting off songs of him produced by him, written by him. And I'm just like, God damn, it ain't gonna be no more 90s R&B I could listen to after this shit.
Whoa. I only got rid of the shit he's saying. Slow down, man. Slow the fuck down. Slow.
No, bro, because I'm just like, bro, I can't listen to certain songs because he had his hands in almost everything in the 90s, bro.
Well, I don't see his hands. It might sound like it, but it don't.
So you're not gonna listen to I Believe I Could Fly? You're not gonna listen?
I haven't played an R. Kelly record that's sung by R. Kelly on my phone. I might have fucked up and slipped up and singing that shit out loud. Like, I definitely found myself humming "Feeling on Your Booty" the other day, and I was like, "Fuck, that was a great fucking
song." But let's go on to the Abbott Elementary. You being a teacher, how did you feel about this show winning the Emmy? And also shout out to Sherry Lee Ralph for, I ain't gonna lie, that speech had me motivated as a motherfucker, bro. What's your thoughts on that sitcom? I that sitcom is hilarious, bro. I fuck with it. It has multiple layers. Each character, like, the thing about it is, we know that Quentin, am I saying her name correctly?
Quentin Brunson?
Yeah, Quentin Brunson. She's the star of the show, but each character, it's kind of like she's the star, but she's not really the star type of thing. Like, every character is like,
she allows everybody flourishes. Everybody gets a chance to shine. No, absolutely. I think the first time I watched it, because I heard about the I'm very much, I read the critic reviews about shit just to kind of see what they're saying. So the first time I watched it, I was kind of like trying to look at it from that lens, and it was like, oh, it's cool. There's a lot of commonalities. And then Shorty was watching it religiously, so I stopped for, like, I don't think I watched episode 3 and 4, or 2, 3, 4. I come back randomly. I started watching episode 5. I'm like, yo, that shit really happens. It's like really well written, timely comedy, and it captures what it really like, not to as dramatic in real life, but it's like that shit that happens. Those are conversations that happen. You be really trying to feel like, who the fuck was flipping these fucking desks over? Who was drawing in the fucking bathroom? Like, yeah, real life shit. You watch people fall in love at the job and think niggas don't pay attention to it and shit. Like, all of that shit happens. And you just laugh. It's been like that all my main career since I've been like 14 has been working in some kind of school setting. So it's like everything that she's doing, I've seen that shit. And that shit is hilarious because it's true. So going into it at first with like a snobbish point of view, like this not gonna talk about real teacher shit. And then seeing real teacher shit is like, yo, alright, I fuck with it. And again, written by a black woman, black characters, multicultural, even like you got strong representation of all cast. Even like the gay characters, the two guys, I'm like, that shit is funny. And I get mad now because, you know, when Insecure was popping, niggas look like Lawrence. Now they talk about look like the nigga from Everybody Hates Chris on that show. I'd be tight. I'd be so fucking mad. I like every good black show. I look like somebody, huh? Fuck y'all. Yes, Andre, I'm talking about you, bitch nigga.
Nah, some niggas that start disrespecting you out here, bro.
Tyler James Williams is my guy. Anything he's in, I kind of try to watch. So I'll fuck with it. But this is definitely a great show. The principal character is hilarious. Shout out to them for winning those awards. Cheryl Lee Ralph been in. I think those are like the most promising awards. When you just see like it's never too late. Like I know sometimes niggas post that meme of like the billionaires and the celebrities. Like Oprah didn't get her big break till she was 40. All right, shut the fuck up. I'm not advertising. But seeing somebody work for fucking 30 years and getting that recognition, even like Delroy Lindo, who was in the Five Bloods, and you know. Put on in that movie. You know, he didn't get an award for it, but just that recognition of like, yo, new generations are learning your work. And then you're showing that if you just stay dedicated, you're going to get opportunities. And people, maybe not when you want it, but when you need it, are going to be able to pick you up and be like, yo, I want to do this with you. Because when I grew up, you were fucking fire. And I always wanted to work with you type shit. So just like, keep that shit in mind. Like, yo, it's never too late to make your dreams come true. Just keep putting that shit to the grind and don't fall for the trap of I didn't do it at 25. I didn't do it at 21. I didn't do it at 30. It's a lot.
What you thought about Jimmy Kimmel?
I read he did
doing
something.
That stupid fuck shit.
I read he did something. I don't know what it was. What he do?
So when she was receiving the award, he was playing dead on the floor. And you know, she brushed it off and he kind of apologized now. So I don't know. I really don't get it. But, you know, she said that he was very instrumental into her career. I just don't get it.
It's white humor.
And I don't understand why he did that shit.
White humor. White people are weird sometimes. It's a disconnect. And that's just it. Like, it's a disconnect. Sometimes people think shit is going to hit. The white people probably got it. The black people didn't. If it was insulting, whatever, we know the show was going to win because it had 100% rating. What about this Nick Cannon shit? Hold on. What's this Nick Cannon shit I see up here? What you talking about? You talking about his 9th baby?
His 10th baby, actually.
Yeah, his 9th one was just born today, though, or yesterday, some shit like that. He posted the pictures.
I think it was his. Oh, I think no. He's supposed to have 10 kids. His other girl is pregnant, but this girl just. But there was also a clip. Shout out to Shane Booty.
I seen that. I actually watched that about them being like polyamorous type shit.
Bro, I don't know what the fuck. You just need money, bro. I ain't gonna hold you because
I don't think so. I've been. This is gonna sound weird. Not like I'm trying to participate, but I watched the Tiana Taylor and Jadena and Joey Badass video. They talking about polyamory, and it's not about money as much as it is understanding and communication. I think money makes it easier. Because when you're rich, who gives a fuck who you're fucking? Or it's like, all right, we're going to have times where we're not together because of work type situations. Versus like when you're broke and it's like, all right, cool, I need you here. And I want that ownership. And I want what my mama and daddy didn't have type shit. But it's all communication. And I think it's just like, because I think what Shorty said, she said, right now I'm choosing to be, that was the most powerful line. She said, I'm choosing to be committed or what's the word when you, with monogamous, whatever. Yeah, choosing to be
monogamous. Yeah,
choosing to be monogamous with Nick, even though all the girls know about each other. It doesn't work if they don't know about each other. Because if somebody's left feeling stupid, you know that's going left.
So you telling me more women would be open? So you telling me women would be more into polygamy if you be honest with them?
I feel like it. I think so. I think that. In all honesty, if two motherfuckers is going to cheat on each other anyway, not saying everybody, but like there's relationships with two motherfuckers is cheating on each other, and then one gets mad because they find out. You feel me? Whereas if we both say, yo, I love you, I want to be with you, but I want the option of sleeping with other people, or we like the cool shit, not even that. The coolest shit that I've learned about that whole shit is that like they do like monthly check-ins, nigga, like monthly to annual or bi-monthly or annual meetings where they be like, yo, you still in this? You still want it this way? Do you want to change it? Like, it's to that level of communication. And a lot of times it's, okay, I don't want anybody else right now, but, you know, we could get a third. Or it's not like, all right, if you like, say you're dating somebody's bisexual, right?
Okay.
And they're fucking the other, they're bisexual. They find somebody bisexual. They fucking, they're the same gender as them, but they don't tell you. So most people, that's cheating. To me, that's cheating, right? So most people, that'd be cheating. But if you communicate like, hey, to be with me, if you really want to, I like to do X, Y, Z, and that's part of it. If I decide to be with you, or you decide to be however it's working, it's like we have to come to that understanding. And with polygamy and polyamory, it's like you talk about it, and you really it's like leasing a relationship. You feel me? So I think it's a level of conversation that a lot of people are not. But I know I'd have a hard time accepting it. Like, that's why I know I couldn't do it. Or I'd have to be, it would take a certain type of woman to be like, all right, you can have your freedom, I can have my freedom. Because, like, a lot of times it's you want your cake and eat it too, but you don't want the other person to have it.
Yeah. And that's why I realized too, because a lot of times I see women talk about, I'm selfish, I really want to share type of thing. I don't want to see my other person. You have to be comfortable with that.
But these are the same bitches that's going to have dinner with niggas on the low. So let's cut that shit out.
That's a fact. And that's definitely a fact.
And that's the shit. It's like, you would think it would make sense for a lot of people to do it, but then there are rules to it. And a lot of people only want the parts that allow them to do what they want. Polyamory is truly accepting yourself and your partner and being like, hey, you know what? Maybe we need a third person. Oh, you like girls? That girl can't just be for you. Because it's like shit is cool. It's like the threesome thing. Like, you don't have threesome with your girl. Like, every straight nigga knows that. You don't have a threesome with your girl because it's going to get weird.
Yep, that's a fact.
But in those relationships, apparently, it's not a threesome. It's like that person is with us. Like, she's dating both of us.
Wives.
Or
side note, you remember them Taz Angel chicks when they was doing that whole sister wives shit?
Yep, that's when the internet was a wild, wild place.
And find out there was a whole escort. But continue, my fault.
It absolutely makes sense. But nah, it's just like, that's the shit. It's a level of communication to it. So with Nick Cannon's situation, it's like, all right, I'm having children with these women. I'm doing this. The money makes it a lot easier to palate, but those girls is getting their money too. Not as much as him, of course, but they getting a couple of $100. So you feel me? It makes sense. There's provision. They're being provided for. They know the children is taken care of. The children are loved. So it works. But in the average everyday relationship, it could work if you're open to communicating, which I think a lot of people aren't. We present a false, this is deep as fuck. We present a false percentage of ourselves to our partners early on in an attempt to really to get them to want to stay with us. And that's why over time problems creep. It's not that the spark is gone, but it's that you start to get so comfortable that those pieces that you probably tried to hide and tried to overly manage start to creep in. So it's like, especially if you come into a situation open and honest, like, hey, yo, I like you, you like me, this is it, I'm fucking these girls, oh, man, I'm fucking these niggas, all right, cool, what are we doing type shit, and establish what that looks like, then it could work. And it's like, all right, you don't have to own everything, but it's also a level of trust and respect. And like I said, that idea about being able to communicate monthly, like, yo, you still into this? Or you still want some other people?
And I think that needs to be integrated in marriage as well, and into a contract of marriage. Like, yo, every 2 years or so, we should reconvene at a table. Be like, yo, we good on this?
Nigga, every fucking month. Where we at with it? Because then because you know what it is? Then you can see counseling. You can see, oh, is it a you thing? Is it a me thing? Is it a us thing? You can fix it. And but that also comes with, you know, the reality of, okay, things aren't always going to be perfect, but you don't want to deal with
with self-awareness too.
Yeah, and that's some real shit. So, like, we're programmed to be in relationships because that's what we saw growing up, and that's still true to this day. But a lot of us didn't see healthy. I can tell you, only healthy relationship I really saw was my grandparents. And then when I was old enough, they argued in front of me, and I was like, oh shit, like, wait a minute, this shit happened. You feel me? And I tried not to be that. Like, if I get in a relationship, I'm not trying to do that. But then something I've learned even recently, you have to do that. It's a natural part because you're growing and you're changing. And if this is gonna be your life partner, you shouldn't have anything to hide. I feel like sometimes when you're in the relationship, sometimes you are scared to tell your true feelings. Absolutely.
Or even like, or even a fear of. But if this is your life partner, if this is the person that I'm going to be sharing my ups and downs, my sad and joy, and all that around about, you shouldn't have no fear communicating with this person. And I think you are hitting the nail right on the button, where you have to be able to communicate your feelings. Like, hey, we locked in. We good on this part. You have any issues? And I feel like sometimes in relationships, we are afraid to tell our partner our true feelings, and we also afraid to tell ourselves what we truly feel, and we kind of shy away from that. And then that's when sort of the resentment and built up thing, and that's how we easily get triggered, or we try to find enjoyment from outside of our relationships.
Absolutely.
And this is what leads to a lot of toxicity that we have in today.
Absolutely. You definitely nailing it. And that's why I said the money aspect for Nick Cannon and people that have money that do this shit, I get it. Because when money is involved, it's a lot. Like I said, Nick is that trick. Don't give a fuck about the money here. That's because it's like a lot of times you're dealing with somebody that wants that. But if you're really in it for the genuine relationship, and like I said, but you know you struggle to commit, you have to communicate that. You can't just try to be what somebody wants you to be. You feel me? Like Nick Cannon, I believe, is upfront with these women. Like, hey, look, I'm not trying to get. He said it, I'm not getting married no more. But he has genuine connections with his 4. I don't think he fucking with Mariah no more. But he had with the 4 other girls, he has a genuine connection with, and they're given he's having children with them, and they all understand like this one big ass blended ass family.
I respect it. I just know that I got the criticism. I forgot the show that Lisa Ray is on with Claudia Jordan and
is it the real
Fox? Yeah, not the real. They had like a podcast, a talk show. I get what they mean by, hey, when these kids start to grow up, are you going to be available to be there for them? Because, you know, it's one thing to be there financially, and then there's another thing to be there emotionally and physically.
That's not front. That's not front. Like Nick Cannon don't post pictures. I'm not saying pictures is the only thing, but that's not front. Like Nick Cannon don't be around his kids, but he's working. And because his kids right now don't really know what's really going on type of stuff. They don't really have too much stuff going on. Like, you know, when you was a high school person. That's where the money comes in, though. I feel like with the money, it's like, you know, you growing up in an environment where you don't have to struggle. So I'm like, if Pops, you only see Pops twice a month, that's more than some of us broke niggas could say.
But no, I get what you mean, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes you just want to see your Pops every single day. You probably will not even just no money stuff. You just want to have, hey, if my Pops is here, I just want not. You know, I wouldn't, if I was a kid, I personally wouldn't want a busy father.
That's true.
I ain't gonna hold you. And if I have a son, I wouldn't want to be like, I ain't gonna never stop being a hustler and try to make better for my family. But I also know that I want to be there. Cause I don't know, maybe, okay, I'm gonna be a little transparent. Love my dad, and he was there financially for me. I would never take that away from him. But you know, the typical Caribbean, so it's not really too crazy, not too transparent, but the typical Caribbean lifestyle is like, yo, your parents come here and they working so hard that they don't really get to celebrate, or not celebrate, but get to be there every waking moment because they got to work at least 1 or 2 jobs to make up for this high ass shit that goes on in New York City. So it's kind of like, I would want my parents to be there more than just, hey, everything is financially. You got a roof over your head. You got clothes on your back. You got all that. You know what I mean? And I feel like that might be the case when it comes to these kids growing up in the future, is where like, hey, yeah, I don't have to starve for anything. I'm 16. I get my own car, but it's like, is my dad going to pull up to the game? Even though it's not an important game. Is he just going to pull up to my exhibition match? Is he just going to be there just to go get ice cream? Not, I have to wait a whole month for him to get off of work, for him to link me. You know what I mean?
I get that. That social development portion. And I think that just comes in with strong co-parenting and just being like, you know what it is? A lot of moms like put you on where you got to be. And I feel like Nick Cannon, as busy, that nigga work a lot, but I feel like he's starting to, you know, he's setting up DC to take over Wild 'N Out. I don't know if they renewed his show or not, but if you know. Like,
no, he got canceled.
He got canceled, right? So it's like, there will be opportunities. If he's in California, hopefully he can be in those children's lives. But it's definitely like, that is a downside of polyamory. I haven't explored that part. I just know like the relationship element of it. Like I said, you take the lessons. I say take the lessons from that shit. And if you don't want to be polyamorous, take the lessons of what they doing and implement it into your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's some real shit.
So let's cut through these couple topics fast so we get to the song of the week and a toxic topic. Nicki Minaj versus everyone. I don't know what the hell happened. I thought Nicki Minaj did a great thing by actually putting a lot of people on her Super Freaky Friday remix track, which I thought was a great thing.
Song not bad.
And then it turns into her versus Megan potentially. Then once again, we revisit the Nicki Minaj and Cardi B beef again. And Cardi B asking her to put an at onto her subliminal message. Then there's the whole little Kim thing again. I'm just like, bro. And then you have Azalea Banks talking about she's with a rapist. And then you have Asia Doll saying stuff. I'm just like, yo, I kind of feel for Nicki sometimes. Because, like, Nicki, this is what we've been asking Nicki to do for years, is to put the spotlight on the next female artist that's up and coming, because I think that was always her problem. She never did what Drake did. Drake never shined the wave by uplifting younger talent, and I feel like at a time, this is not my personal feeling, I feel like at the time, I think they regard Nicki Minaj as a gatekeeper, as she kept all the shine to herself and not really try to collab. But now she's doing it, and then she's still meeting some of the backlash.
Sometimes you just can't win. And sometimes
you can't win at all.
But it's also sometimes like you reap what you sow almost. And I don't know anything, but I've seen like the rumors about like, you know, the back channels of like, you know, only doing shit that benefits her or whatnot. So I think sometimes now that she's trying, you might be trying to turn over the leaf. People might still have that sour taste in your mouth. It's like when somebody try to do something nice to you after they've been fucking you up for years. Like, nigga, I don't trust your dumb ass.
That's a fact. Now, what you think about the Phoenix Suns owner?
Nasty work.
He suspended for a year and what? How many millions? 10 million?
10 mil, but the suspension wasn't big enough. But it's nasty work. It's like, how do you put it? I think when you're nobody is above common decency, and when you run a major company or anything like that, and you know you're working with ethnic and multiracial people and women in this and the third, you have a responsibility to set the tone for what is a healthy workspace. Mm-hmm. And if you can't do that, how dare you try to exist in the space just to flex you have money? And I think for Robert Sarver, who's notoriously already had a bad rep as a cheap owner, I think for what was had, he's saying dropping N-bombs and sexually harassing women and shit like that. The NBA, Adam, so it's probably one of the first times Adam Silver dropped the ball, but I don't think it's over. I've been reading reports about like, you know, the NBA does not want to go to he has a major legal battle with Robert Sarver just yet. So the 1 year fine and $10 million might just be like, you know, the agreed upon cost, but players are going to be uncomfortable, and it's going to reflect poorly on the league if he comes back or, you know, he has similar antics. You feel me? You can see players being like, I don't want to play for this guy. I don't want to be in this city. You feel me?
Oh, yeah.
And I could also recognize, like, people bring up the former Clippers owner, Donald Sterling, his stuff in 2013. We were in a different time in 2013. It was like prime Black Lives Matter. You feel me? Yeah. Like prime at a time. And it was like they already had many owners that didn't like him. For them to remove Sarver as an owner, they need 23 owners that are going to say, yo, we don't fuck with what you did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that nigga got more than 7 friends as owners of sports teams.
And also, you talking about these owners probably have skeletons in their closet that don't want to see the light of day. So they don't want to sit here and start kicking people out, because then one of their mess comes out, then that finger going to get straight pointed back to them. So I'm not surprised. You're telling me a white billionaire guy is misogynistic and says the N-bomb? That's not. I'm not shocked. I'm letting you know that right now. I'm not shocked. And we're just going to have to see how it goes.
That's a big fact.
But then again, like devil's advocate, if I'm a billionaire, you're not about to make me sell my fucking team, though.
They can, because when it's like you sign the bylaws, right?
Oh,
so it's like if you get caught in some fuck shit, and niggas like, oh, we can't be a soul, because it's like you got to remember everything is a business, so everything you do is a kickback. So you lose that Phoenix Suns revenue. It's like, ooh, nigga, you fucking up. And it's like, of course, if you tied to other owners, they don't want to be in that shit. They'll be like, all right, sell your team because you're still getting money. NBA franchises is going for half a bill at the worst. He got a team that's contending for championship.
More than a bill.
No, it's big markets. Like the teams that got sold, LA, Minnesota did what? I think Minnesota was oversold just because LA went for $2 billion because the dude just had mad bread. He just wanted to fuck with him. It was a collection of owners that bought into the Timberwolves, right? So it's things like that. You got to have a lot of money, but you're gonna say you're gonna recoup. He bought the team for like what, $20 million at a time, maybe 50, less than 100. So he's going to make a great return on investment no matter what if they force him to sell. If they force you to sell at this era, right? Unless you're like the Knicks or something, which they're not fucking with. You getting $3 billion if you sell the Knicks or the Lakers. You get $3 billion plus residuals. So you feel me,
bro?
So
that's one team, that and the Lakers and possibly a Texas team.
Now the Golden State Warriors is also valued at that right now. The Warriors, if you sold the Warriors today. I know them niggas bought it
today, yeah.
You saw the Warriors today.
But like I would just say probably the Celtics, Knicks, Lakers.
Celtics can't leave. Celtics not leaving that town.
But I'm just saying like that's one of the story franchises that if they try to sell it, you got to up a couple of bills for that.
You're getting bills, and you can't. They're not gonna let you relocate. You're getting bills.
That's a fact. Now to NFL is back. I ain't gonna lie, this first week of NFL was fire. Shout out to Saquon Barkley for the Giants win. At least one fucking New York team is doing something. Come on, Jets.
Oh, those your boys.
Aaron Rodgers, I hate your dumb ass. Made me lose my fantasy matchup this week. You want to sit here and throw... I'm so upset at this nigga doing all them fucking aphrodisiac drugs and shit, and you can't fucking score a damn touchdown and get your ass whooped. But that's not what I want to talk about. NFL's back. We're going to probably talk about it more often. The first week was popping. Shout out to the Browns for beating Carolina. And Russell Wilson got his ass handed to him, by Geno Smith. But Brett Favre, there's been reports that Brett Favre has been stealing from Mississippi's welfare funds.
Reports? There's full-blown text messages that show the nigga saying, yo, they
can't say reports just to be journalistic, Go ahead, though.
Brett Favre and the former governor of Mississippi essentially funneled $5 million in taxpayer money, or was it 5 or 10, some number like that, to build. And
then he used also some money to pay for his daughter field, right?
Yeah, that was what it for. It's for the volleyball facility for the school that his daughter attends. Brett Favre made at least 100 M's in his career.
Just probably off of just contracts.
It's off a contract.
We not even talking about endorsements. And he's still kind of what he does, the Wrangler jeans.
That
shit.
Nigga is still in all the old nigga shit. Wrangler jeans, Bengay, all the fucking elbow patch shit. That nigga isn't all of them shits. They pay, but it's just like, yo, bro. I understand rich people don't use their money for shit, but why are you looking for tax loopholes to help your daughter? Like, I get it. You want to help your kid. Donate something, or use have one of your endorsements. People that's endorse you, donate some money. Like, why are you using taxpayer dollars? I know Mississippi is like a racist ass place to live for black people, but it's like shit. Niggas don't. We all understand taxes is a motherfucker when you poor.
That's a fact. And also, it's one of the most poorest states in the country, bro. And you're doing that to them, bro. And you charging $1 million in speeches. What the fuck? If I ain't gonna lie, whoever paying Brett for $1 million for him just to talk to people, y'all dumbasses in the first place. I ain't paying Brett for $1 million for shit to talk to me about some damn shit other than football. But to do that, to steal from, and then the thing about it is, you've seen how they kind of scrutinize black players when they do something messed up, like Clinton Portis. Because Clinton Portis was on the Shannon Sharp comment section when Shannon Sharp posted a video of when they talked about it on Undisputed. They basically criminalized him for, even though he did something wrong, I think he was stealing off of some money off the health insurance. They was a part of that scam. And he basically not getting referred to the Hall of Fame or anything like that. They kind of like shut all that shit down for him, and he had to pay a lot of money back. I feel like Brett Favre's gonna get a little slap on the wrist, and that's about it. He's not gonna be condemned like other black NFL players. So this is kind of just crazy. And the thing about it was like he's not one of them NFL players that go broke after their careers, because we hear that a lot about the NFL players. Brett Favre's not one of them. Brett Favre has always had a job. He always had endorsements. He's been out here, and then you talking about, hey, is this going to get tracked if I accept this money to one of the poorest states and you tap it into their welfare system? I ain't gonna hold you, bro. That shit for the birds, for real.
That's true. That's a fact. Talking about, y'all seen the video of Genuine lift himself off the ground, nigga. That shit is hilarious. This nigga know what he doing.
Wait, don't tell me this.
It's a new Genuine. I mean, we can talk about it offline. I just had to make the audience aware if they haven't seen it. The shit about her saying, "Let me lick the gooch," and the nigga, you just gotta see it, boy. My fault,
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Genuine, all you old niggas need to go sit your ass down somewhere.
Fuck that, old niggas. Get that motherfucking money. You know what's young people laughing at you? Well, shit, we almost old niggas in like 10 years. But you know we laughing at y'all niggas. It's fine. It's cool. Because you going to keep getting booked because niggas want to see what crazy shit you going to do next. I'm with it. You don't see that nigga that nigga not doing $10 concerts?
What's your thoughts on Rotimi in that Falcons theme song shit?
You told me about that shit before this. I'm still laughing. I mean, fuck it. They got to get the bag, young nigga. Get the bag. Fuck it, I don't care.
You giving a nigga that's not even from Atlanta.
All the niggas from Atlanta is in jail.
On the RICO charge, that's why they can't get. You could have got Lil Baby. You could have even got T.I. or 2 Chainz.
They want unproblematic niggas. Like, have we not learned this about the NFL? You cannot be problematic as a nigga. You just said this shit about Brett Favre. Any nigga that gets in trouble in the NFL is gone. Remember the nigga that bet on his sports team got suspended for a year?
Bro, that's it.
Unproblematic.
The whole salary off of that dumb shit.
It was hard as fuck to find an unproblematic nigga from Atlanta, so they just grabbed Rotimi.
A nigga that make Afrobeat, R&B, you know what? Let's get to the song of the week. All right, if you are listening to this on YouTube, please exit out and go to one of your favorite streaming platforms, whether that is Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, you name it, we are on there. And go type This Might Not Go Well and go listen. And you can go listen to our song of the week, or you can go to Apple Music playlist and go listen to our previous songs of the week. What's your song of the week this week, brother?
I'm playing white shit. I don't even give a fuck.
Come on now. Niggas subscribe to our Patreon. We know you should know that we did have a This Might Not Go Well radio when we played nothing but white music.
All right, so the first one, this is my favorite song right now.
Previous song of the week on our Apple Music playlist. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for the people's choice, the people's favorite, Slick. Drop it.
I can be toxic, but so what? You gonna love it here. Shit, fuck is you talking about? We have fun over here. It's very fun here.
And it's fun indeed. Welcomes, ladies and gentlemen, to the TSA, the Toxic Service Announcement. Yeah. No special guest this week. Slick and I is holding it down as usual.
Yep, Bald Head Gang in the building.
Come on now. All right. So we got a couple topics. So I want to talk about this. Now this is going to trigger some feathers in women. I ain't gonna hold you. Women, don't cancel us. But this is something that we have to call you guys out on. Why do y'all constantly? I don't know how to put this into proper words, Slick. Y'all keep saying anything that we do with other guys is gay in some sort. Like, us guys can't do anything, bro. If we hang out with our guys, why you want to hang out with your friends so much? It's gay. If we want to, if a guy, and I saw this on Twitter, this is why I had to, because there's been an onslaught of tweets from women accounts that I've seen about what guys can't do. And this read, a man who stays around bitches is either gay or a groupie. It's no in between. And it's kind of like, bro, anything that us guys do now, we can't do nothing, basically, Slick. And this is not for all women. I don't want to put, I know some of y'all be looking for it. This is only certain women on social media that be saying these things. Not all women believe this. I can't believe I had to give it this little disclaimer. I think people with common sense would notice that it's not all women that think this way, but apparently some of you damn listeners over here take offense when we don't say a percentage of women think this way. Okay, go ahead.
I think that's the reason.
That's how I do disclaimer.
But I think our disclaimer is the reason why certain women tweet shit like that, because they know the nigga that they trying to talk to or trying to get their attention they gonna say some shit and they gonna either correct the behavior or stop fucking with them. And what nigga is gonna stop fucking with a girl? You feel me? Like, I think that's what it is. It's the power of the internet. Women run the internet. Women run Twitter. Women run Instagram. Don't let the niggas with the money phone pictures fool you. They posting that for bitches. I'm sorry to call them bitches. I just don't know their names, and I'm just like, they not trying. Not even that. I'll be real. They not even. I said bitches because they're not trying to get real women. They want the women that are flawed by that shit. The women that'll pass up a good dude because of that picture. Like, that's the shit that we're talking about, right? So I think, like, when girls tweet shit like that, they know niggas is watching. And it's like, it's not just gonna be the nigga they want to do it. They number two niggas probably paying attention to that shit. Niggas that they didn't even know like them. Niggas in their DMs paying attention to that shit. They gonna get traction. You feel me? And even the niggas that argue underneath their page and shit is probably in their DMs saying the absolute opposite of whatever the fuck they top that how they arguing on Twitter. You feel me? That's why I'm
exactly.
Like, it's not about fun. It's just like we live in an era, like we're coming from a generation who, so like you alluded to earlier, we saw our parents work their ass off, right? Our black parents was working, and Latino parents, brown parents, they was working their ass off, and they didn't have time for fun. And a lot of that trickled down to us. Is like, yo, we tried to have fun, but we were also, I could have had fun and not went to college. Like, I could have had fun and got
fun.
There were a lot of options out there that we didn't know about. We were given one route. So now our generation is trying to remove that trauma, as well as the generation trauma from other shit that's happened to us, and trying to have fun, but it comes at a cost. Because when we like, niggas don't need too much. I just saw a tweet that said, I gotta find it. I think I liked it. But Shorty basically said she was watching her nigga play 2K, and she saw like, you know how the 2K give you the fake girlfriend?
Oh yeah.
And then she's like,
I ain't gonna lie, 2K, y'all give a nigga a white girlfriend though. I should at least let niggas choose who their girl is, bro. I ain't gonna hold you 2K, but continue.
But basically, the fake girlfriend was like, we need to talk XOXO, and she said she's about to punch the fucking PlayStation. I was like, I wish you would hit my PlayStation because of AI. So, but it's just like, it's shit like.
But the whole thing about it is the type of women that are tweeting these things out. It's like, if we do anything without you included, it's gay. And the thing about it is, then the thing about it is now we start doing the poll or it's no homo thing. Oh, what's your problem with all that? And it's like, yo, y'all don't understand the correlation that y'all do with saying anything that us guys do is gay type of thing. Yeah, you don't see how y'all are kind of promoting. Oh no, this is gonna sound bad.
Yes, it is. You about to go real left.
Yes, I'm gonna stop myself here because it's not Patreon.
I'm gonna just say I've learned to outgrow that shit. I don't care if my show, because girls say that shit because they want to spend time with you, and a lot of girls have learned how to be tough. So I think with that toughness, they're in a position where it's like, all right, well, fuck it, I don't want to say I miss you and I want you here, so I'm gonna clown your shit. It's like it's like the reverse of the rule when you was younger and you was mean to a girl because you liked her. Like, they say dumb shit like that because they like you and they want your time and affection. You feel me?
But that's so stupid to sit here and tell us that what we doing together is gay. You hang out with your man, it's gay. Oh, y'all go to the gym together. That's because we play 2K. You rushing to go home.
That's also because half the shit the girls do together is gay. You forget girls send each other nudes and do all this extra shit. Like, sometimes some of them even kiss each other and go on dates with each other. So it's fine. Like, niggas not gonna call that gay. Like, oh, look at you and your gay friend. Like, it's cool, yeah. Like, it's okay, babe. You got it. Like, we don't care. It doesn't bother us when girls do certain stuff. But for a lot of men having friends can get you in trouble sometimes because, like, your friends might be on different type of time. You really?
We forgetting these girls got some whole ass friends over here. They be doing a whole bunch of whole stuff, hyping out. But that's a different story for a lot of time over here. All right. I remember last week you wanted to, before we went into our rant last week, but you had something to talk about with social media cheating.
It was more so like I saw the video a couple weeks ago and I was like, it was funny because I thought the dude was bugging until I was like, oh, I guess he has a point. Basically, I'm not going to play the video for time's sake, but on TikTok, this dude was on a podcast and he was talking. He's like, yo, I honestly had a point. I would rather my girl give out her number than her social media. Because for you bugging. That number's mad person. But he's like, but think about it. His points were, all right, you can text, you can do on the phone, text, FaceTime call. A lot of times you're not getting that shit off in front of me. You can hide it, but at a point you're going to slip up if that's some wild shit. You feel me? But social media, you're in constant contact. This person has pictures of your partner. They can still text, still call, still FaceTime. Your partner can keep tabs. They can DM privately, all of that shit. comment, you know, and if y'all go through a bad time and she's like, oh, who's this so-and-so commenting or liking pictures, and she, you know, the symbol, like 3 pictures that's like from a year ago or something just to get attention. You feel me? To unlike them and go back and do it again every couple months as the check-in. Not saying I'm a slimy nigga and I've done this, but you know, you just understand how the game go. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, but I think that's some shit. And it's like, oh, who's this? Oh, I remember so-and-so. He was at the party. He tried to bag me. I was like, nah, I got a man, you know, or I got a girl. And, you know, but it's like, it opens Pandora's box because it's like you kind of like you really can keep a person in waiting and still interact at your leisure. You feel me? And I just
plus, not to cut you off. Also, texting is not even popular these days. I remember back in the days, texting was everything. Now niggas barely like to text or anything like that. So having a social media is better access to you, and it also keeps me updated on your relationship. If I see you post a fuck nigga free song, I already know that nigga fucked up and it's my turn to shine.
You outside posting like 8-9 selfies. You want somebody to see it. You feel me? But it's like, yeah. but it's like,
there's one girl I know when one of her hoes acting up, that's the only time she posts a boomerang of herself. Or you know, you listen to this pod, so you know who you are. Because on regular, she just posts like, you know, random funny memes or just like random stuff that she might like. But when one of her things acting up, she drop a fire pic or a boomerang to a song to get the streets, you know, add a little razzle dazzle.
And like half the time it's a game from the male or the female perspective. It's like, fuck it. Like I follow. Oh, look, she looking alright. Oh, you know, it's like it's really just bullshit to buy time or like you said, fuck around from time to time. But it's also like depending on the strength of your relationship, it could be viewed as a negative thing. And it was funny. He's on the podcast with women, so even the homeboy was like, "Yo, you wildin'." But then he asked the girl, "So if your nigga did this," they're like, "Oh, nah, that's not happening." I was like, "Oh shit." And it was a follow-up video. It was girls that basically said like, if you, this will probably get niggas in trouble. But if you like a girl's story or shit, that's you basically just you want to fuck her, and vice versa. Like if you over here like it, and I was like, I don't think so. Like I comment, but it's like you don't just comment on random girl stories or random nigga stories. It's like, oh, hold up, you feel me?
Yeah.
I was like,
I think when you apply to the story or react. Now, if I'm reacting hard eyes or I'm reacting, you know, that. But if I like your story, because I ain't gonna lie, it's like you open a Pandora's box with that. Because some of you girls be getting your head big up because I liked your story. I just like what the hell you post.
I'm just saying what the girl said, but I was just saying like there's layers to the social media shit that, you know, I never thought about till I saw the video. And I'm not even tripping about it, but it's also like it's funny because like, damn, if I like your story, I mean, I want to fuck you. I had to think about it. Like, would I?
You feel me? Like, but no, because this is not the first time I heard of that, and I heard a lot of girls be like, "Oh, he liked my story. He must be." I'm like, nah, this kind of like your outfit. It's kind of like when I double tap on your post. Doesn't mean that I'm on your body. But now, if I'm reacting hard eyes or I reply to your story, then you might have more of a case on like, yeah, nigga, on my body. But if I just like your story, because there's sometimes I just like people's story just cause type shit.
It should be valid sometimes. You feel me? Like, I'm not thinking nothing of it. I still don't think nothing of it afterwards. Even like the giving out your social shit. I'm like, it's wild. But I'm like, I'm not tripping about it. It depends on what you do with it. Like, I know I'm the type of nigga, and I'm not fun to follow. I'm not fun to talk to. I told you, I text my friends every 3 months. If I have to initiate the conversation, I'm texting you every 2 to 3 months. And niggas know this.
So so if Slick was single out here and he was giving you his social, that means he don't want you.
Y'all would hate me. Cause at least if my number, I can look at the message and I'll think about responding. And I'm single, I'll talk to you. But like, come on. You feel
but me? Yeah, I definitely understand how guys might feel the way if the girl give out the social. I definitely could see, because, you know, I think, you know, just like you said before, social media is just kind of run by women. So it's like, okay, this is going to sound bad, but a lot of women get a lot of
gratification out of that shit.
Yes. So it's kind of like, and also you get like women, I know some of my homegirls and I see some of their DMs. Guys will keep doubling back, will keep circling around. They might stop talking to you, and 3 months later, they see you post something, reply back, trying to get back in there, and just kind of like, and then, you know, you're not really inclined to block a person on Instagram, then you block their numbers.
It's not that
you know,
serious. It's jokes.
Yeah,
it's jokes until somebody feels it's hurt. And it's like fuck. All right,
yeah, until a homie start wilding out in your DM like, yeah, you dusty, or you know what? That's when you're gonna block them. But you're more inclined to block somebody's phone number than block them on Instagram. Yeah. Even if you're because you know you can't follow them, but they still gonna follow you type shit.
And let's not front, niggas love their numbers. That high follower count, like you got a positive ratio. Like my ratio negative, I follow whatever. I don't give a fuck if you follow me back or not. Like, that positive ratio, that shit is a drug. Remember when niggas was getting?
And but what if Shorty give out a Twitter? Give you her Twitter?
I mean, that's the social media I'm more likely to interact with you on. I'll comment. Like I'm probably the most active on Twitter. I'm not mad at the Twitter.
I ain't gonna hold you. What?
Twitter the real person. That's the real you. Twitter is the real. Let's keep it a buck.
Actually, yeah. Matter of fact, Shorty, start giving niggas your real Twitter, because then I could really see what type of Shorty you are. Because then I could go down to what you retweeted, what you like. Hold on, this she a broke bum, or nah, she want a rich nigga, or nah, she got her own shit popping. You know, she doing her thing. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna ask for no gram no more, because I seen you in real life, and you know the gram pictures be a lie. You be adding filters and shit.
The gram is the greatest hits.
Yeah.
The greatest hits. The Instagram.
Slick, give yourself a gunshot for that. That was a bar right there. That was a bar. It is your greatest hit. And you know what they do now? They remove the tag photos, so you don't even see their tag photos, because we could talk about this a lot of time, but when you investigate in a potential lover Instagram, you always look at the tag photos. You don't look at stuff. But then now they got smart and removed that shit.
Yeah, Instagram is your greatest hit. Your story is your single, or like your story is SoundCloud. Like that's you dropping random hits, seeing if somebody bite, you know, you feel it. You feel it's not postable. Like it's not forever postable, but it's on some cool shit. If it's valid, you put it on the mixtape. You save the story on the page. You feel me?
Facts.
And then Twitter is just like that's you. That Twitter.
Or you give them bonus cuts. It's like the deluxe album. You feel me? You might drop a post with a couple pictures, and then if you have some other pictures that you didn't feel like to make that cut, you might throw it up there the next week so you can draw traction into that other post that you do. You feel me? Yeah. Now, matter of fact, we got save that in the docket. We got to break that down more often. Feel me? But I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna want to Shorty's Twitter than anything, because that shows me more of your personality. But then again, I be on Twitter reliking shit and all that shit.
But the thing about that. But think about it. You liking shit is shit that you like. You feel me? Instagram has become.
I ain't gonna hold you. I like that video of Meg Thee Stallion shaking her ass in Brazil. Oh my god.
I'm about to say, but you're a dude. That's not unexpected. And that's the thing. It's not as raw, but it's like the rated R version of you. Like that is you. Not completely, but that's like your most vulnerable social media, because you're sharing your thoughts. Even if you're not saying it, you're retweeting or liking things that align with what you're thinking and saying.
I agree with that. I think that's good.
I'm gonna say the most I've ever gotten in trouble with for Instagram is like maybe taking a shirtless pic, or like, you know, somebody hitting you and you hit them back type shit. Versus like Twitter, you could just like a picture and it's like, oh, what the fuck does that mean, motherfucker? I was like, shit.
Oh yeah,
I got over Twitter for years in college. I was like, oh, these girls is going. I didn't think that this meant that much to you. My fault.
Yeah, you can't be retweeting shit. Remember we had Hershey chocolate on the previous episode, and you know she got on us for liking certain stuff.
She got on you. I supported you because I was like, that shit was a fucking amazing video, and you should have liked it 1,000 times. That's what happened.
Oh, but that's a good way to end it. I think we potted enough long enough. All right. Yeah. Please email us at this might not go well. If any brain deals and all that good shit. You feel me? Fuck it. You out here. It's your host with the most. BB's A.K. Poppy Size Zone.
It's your boy Slick Grease, and y'all be great, and we'll see y'all next week.
Check out.
Just take the beats. Try to tell them we up next, you can't stop that. This your favorite podcast. Every show is lit, baby. You know what we finna do. Slick gon' talk that slick talk, he gon' get political. Okay. Do not switch topics, niggas is toxic. Poppy shots don't always saying something wrong, but if you don't like it, what we saying, nigga, oh well. We try to tell you, baby, this might not go well. This might not go. Hey, that's it. One take. We're not even doing it again. Keep that. That's the one.
All right, it's done.
Yeah, I'm definitely finding a new place to record at. You know how many times niggas came in this bitch?
I heard you was tight.
Interrupting me.
I heard. It's cool.
All right, Birdie. I'll talk to you later.
All right, I'm gonna put this shit together by the morning.
All
Time.
right.
I'm gonna just do it now. I'm gonna download it. All right. Yes. All right. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. Get down. Down.